Hey guys, welcome back here to my channel and welcome to a new build. I am tackling the challenge that has been set for September 2021. Mr. Unit has put together these really great powered coasters. Coasters that I don't normally build myself in Parkitect at all. It's not really a coaster that I'm drawn to building. So really interested to get into this one. My actual idea for this was to do Jurassic World and play on that a little bit. I don't want to do something typical, but I really wanted to do a dark ride. So I thought maybe I could do a Jurassic World dark ride. And then I was thinking about all the different things I could do. And Dr. Wu's lab came to mind where they actually, create the dinosaurs from the DNA, etc. So I thought it'd be really cool to do like a dark ride that goes into the laboratory from Jurassic World, and maybe inside the dinosaurs are breaking loose and, you have to avoid them or something. So I'm not very good at building dark rides, and I'm going to admit it. And so I want to do this as a bit of a challenge for myself. I really want to have a few scenes that you can see into through the roof, and also have like a queue line that's got lots of theming and stuff that you can also see inside the building. But obviously the first step of getting this kind of on its feet is to actually build some sort of a show building. So I'm just going to put a picture up now. This is a reference photo that I found on Google from Jurassic World Evolution, the game. And there's some really cool like little buildings and things that I found while kind of digging around the internet. So I'm going to draw lots of inspiration from those. But this kind of style of building, I think, works out really, really well for what I'm doing. And this is definitely the aesthetic that I want. So of course today's episode is mainly going to focus on getting this facade done, or the show building for the actual dark ride itself. And what's really cool about these power coasters is that they're quite low to the ground. So there isn't really anything that's got a big high inversion or a big hill or anything. So everything is quite low down. I can really contain it inside a building. And actually doing a dark ride is something that I've not really done that much of in the past. I've made dark rides like the Harry Potter one that I did, but there wasn't any scenes. You couldn't see inside the building. It was just a facade. So this time I really wanted to do some more detailing on the inside, like I've said already. And I just thought this was the perfect coaster to do so. And also I was rewatching Jurassic Park and Jurassic World over the last few weeks, because sometimes, I feel like putting it on with a cup of tea, and I was really inspired, and I thought, you know what, I really want to do something Jurassic World. If you have been on my channel and you've been following my projects for a while, then you would have seen that I actually built a Coaster Bee Studios park, which was such an awesome build that I really enjoyed doing, and I had so much fun. And that actual park contained a Jurassic Park area, and Astrotron actually helped me with that one, with doing some of the dinosaurs, etc. And I wanted to kind of go back on that and do a little bit more, because I really enjoy doing the building style and the kind of theming for Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. Jurassic World for me is a little bit different. It's a bit more of these modern colors, the buildings are more modern. So it's definitely like a different aesthetic within the same world. So I wanted to try and create that today, or over the next month, while I do these videos for you for this build challenge. So I thought it'd be really cool here to have like an actual dinosaur pen. Maybe when the dinosaur is ready in the lab, they put it out here. So I'm doing that, and I'm actually going to have one breaking out of the containment walls and having the coaster itself there break through the wall. I'm not quite sure at this moment in time if the coaster train itself is a metaphor for a dinosaur, and that you're trying to break out of the lab on the ride, or whether you are actually just on a dark ride and you are witnessing the dinosaurs break free. I'm not quite sure yet. But definitely, wanted to have that kind of interaction with the guests going into the lab, that kind of thing, having dinosaurs escaping, having alarms going off and lights flashing and smoke and that kind of stuff. These are the ideas that I'm having with it anyway. So my other ideas as well is to have the station as like a viewing platform or a viewing hub, where you can kind of see into that dinosaur enclosure, very similar to if you know from Jurassic World 1, where they have the Indominus Rex enclosure, and they have this really cool modern viewing platform with this glass window. So that was kind of the inspiration for the station. I'm going to get onto that another day. That's a build for another time. But right now, like I said, I'm just going to focus on getting this facade or this main building done. The front of the building is quite basic, I guess. I've kind of sunken those blue corrugated iron pieces back a little bit on the 8 grid, and then I've put the white walls slightly overhanging on those around the top, which gives it a little bit more of a dynamic look. It's not so flat, and I've just added these nice kind of like grey long patterns, I guess, on the side, which I could see in the reference photo, and I thought they looked cool, and also made the walls look a little bit less boring, not so plain and flat. But my favorite part of this building, this show building, is actually the back of it, and I'll get onto that in just a moment. But the back of it, yeah, I really enjoyed doing that bit. I tried to make all the sides of the building slightly different. I didn't want to have just one plain wall that was a square. I really wanted to make it different, have each side have a little bit of a different look, different angle, etc. And it was the same when I get to the roof. When I get to the roof, I'll explain about that when I get there. But yeah, normally when I do these builds, I actually do the pathing first and I lay down my path layout, but for some reason this time I just went straight in and started doing the buildings. But yeah, I haven't quite got my head around the path layout yet of this one. I think I'm just gonna keep it quite simple. But the queue line, etc., is going to come up from one side. It's going to go into the building, and there's going to be like a showroom, and then it's going to come out. So I've just kind of placed the paths down ready to do that. I will actually go into like a real-time moment for you in a second, just so you can kind of see what I've been doing without the time lapse, and then I'll carry on with the time lapse. So why I don't really do dark rides is because I find it really hard to tell stories within like the showrooms. Like as the train or the flat ride or the dark ride or whatever goes through each scene, I'm not very imaginative or creative in what to do in those showrooms. I think it'd be really awesome one day to challenge myself to really build a full dark ride where you can see every single part of the dark ride, every single room, and there's a story being told. But yeah, it's just something I find really difficult. It's just not my thing, I guess. So this is why I wanted to kind of dabble in that with this build and do a few kind of scenes and stuff. But I have like an idea. I just need to figure out what to do for the scenes. If you guys have any ideas that you would like to write down below in the comments of what kind of scenes I could do within the laboratory inside this building, which the coaster will pass, then that would be great. There is a dinosaur mod which has like a few dinosaurs. There's not loads. I think there's like a T-Rex, a couple raptors, and then I don't know dinosaur names. There's one with the long neck, I think, and there's the one with the spiky back. But I can do something with those maybe. I just need to figure out exactly what. So on this side that I'm just doing here, where I've just put the roof down is where the queue line will go in and out and into the building. And then obviously we've got the coaster then kind of rushing through the walls there, coming out of the building as well. And then on this side is actually where the dinosaur enclosure is. I put those wires on the wall there just kind of like as an idea where maybe like a dinosaur clawed its way out up the wall. Which is obviously inspired by the Indominus Rex from Jurassic World 1 with that one again. But yeah, I mean, it's not really a whole lot to talk about. I'm just building a building, like a big building, but I'm really excited about this build. Like I said, I love doing Jurassic Park stuff, Jurassic World stuff, and I know I'm gonna have eyes watching me on this build because I know there's some builders out there that have done some amazing Jurassic Park / World builds. Astrotron is really incredible at doing dinosaur stuff. Dan Ambley and his Velociraptor recreation is just incredible, and so the details that they've put into those ones, I don't know, you know, for like these monthly builds, I don't know if I can put as much love and detail into it with the time I have, but I'll give it a go. So here is a little real-time look around. We have that dinosaur enclosure there, which I'll dress up more with details in the future. But we have like some walls breaking and the coaster bursting through it. We have a bit there as well, which I'm gonna like maybe position a dinosaur there so it looks like his head's poking through. Here we have the queue line going into a showroom, which I'll dress up with theming at another day as well. And at the back here we have these two kind of areas which I can do a scene in each one. So ideas, write them down below please for those 2 little areas. So now I'm just going to put some walls around them, and I'm going to leave the roofs open so that you can actually see inside from above and have like a scene going on. It'd be really cool to do some trigger effects as well, so as the trains pass, things happen. That would be really nice to make it a bit more interactive and add some more animation to it. So now, yeah, I'm doing the backside, which is my favorite part of this whole building. I'm just going to pop the reference photo up again so you can see what I'm referencing from, and then you can kind of see why I'm doing this different kind of style to the front. I've got a really cool idea for the depot for this one. The depot is in the back kind of corner of the map. Currently in the position that I'm in, it's on the right side. And yeah, I've got a cool idea for that one. I'll get onto that one another day as well. But I'm going to do like another building, which I found from researching some of the buildings from Jurassic World Evolution. So I'm going to get onto that one. And also I have like a couple ideas for maybe adding in like a flat ride or something, like an extra ride to the area, so that it's not just the 2 coasters. I have like a little area going on, and also maybe like a restaurant or like an area where you can eat food or buy food from like an outlet and sit outside or something. I have an idea for that one. I just need to see how it fits in with the rest of the map and with the coaster itself. Obviously that the front of the coaster is basically outdoors, and then it goes into the indoor bit, and then it comes in and out constantly. So it's kind of like a half coaster, half dark coaster ride, I guess. But yeah, anyway, if you also want to take part in this month's challenge, I'll put a link down below to the map. All you need to do is download the map from Steam, and then off you go. Just build whatever you like. There are rules, of course, where you can't change the layout of the coaster, etc. Everything's written on Steam, but just download the map and then play around with it. And when you're happy with something, all you have to do is send it into the submission form. The submission form is in the description on the Steam download link. And that's it really. And if you want to come over to Discord and share your progress with your map, please do, because it's so good to see like everyone's process of building and all the ideas that you guys have. It's really inspiring as well, and also it's just really exciting to see what you guys come up with these maps, because you know, I always think what I do is cool, and then I see someone else's build on the Discord server and then I think mine's really lame. But it's so awesome to see like other people's ideas, because honestly you guys have such amazing ideas when it comes to these maps and these challenges, and it's just so inspiring to see over on Discord. As previously discussed as well, and I did mention it in my last showcase video for the Diorama challenge, the next month, so October, I am going to be doing a vanilla only month, where the coaster provided is going to be completely vanilla, and you also have to only use vanilla items to build. So that means no Freedom 2K, no construction anarchy, you know, so it makes building, I mean, you could say it makes it more limited, but what some people can do with just vanilla pieces is also incredible, and it's going to be really exciting. I'm actually kind of really looking forward to it. I'm really scared because I don't build vanilla. I do use a lot of mods. I use a lot of vanilla pieces, but I also use a lot of Freedom 2K and Construction Anarchy to make those vanilla pieces a bit more free. So I'm actually a little bit scared about going straight back to vanilla, because I'm not very good at it. So we'll see how that one goes, but I'm really interested to see what the other people come up with, the other players, and maybe there's going to be some people that join the challenge that who haven't played before, because of the aspect of it now just being vanilla next month might be more appealing to some. That was the whole reason why I wanted to do it. It was a discussion that we had over on Discord, or actually here on one of Astrotron's lives actually, but I think it'd be really cool and really interesting to see, so I'm really looking forward to it. So if anyone's wondering, because I did actually put a poll out on Reddit about it, and I had over 100 replies on that Reddit poll, and you guys were like, yeah, let's do it, vanilla month only. So I am going to be doing it. If you're wondering, it's just going to be October, because I do plan these monthly challenges like really far ahead. I think I had like the last 3 months were like planned. So like, you know, I'm like 2-3 months ahead of myself when it comes to challenges. So now that I've got the powered coasters out there into the world and ready to be used for a challenge, I'm going to focus on setting up now a vanilla map. So I'm going to be moving shortly onto the roof for this build. What I did off camera actually was fill in the inside with like black path covers and walls, just to kind of separate some of the areas up. You're not going to be able to see any of that anyway, but I just wanted to do it just because if you do look in from some of the holes in the side of the wall, etc., I don't want you to be able to see too much going on inside. So yeah, I'm putting the roof on. So first of all, I'm starting off with like this flat raised bit, and then I'm taking this big piece which is from green screens. And I'm going to tilt it ever so slightly using Freedom 2K, and I'm just going to put it down just to give this roof a very slight slant, and I think it'll just make it look a little bit more interesting and maybe a bit more realistic. Having that whole roof flat is just so boring. So I've just done that little kind of tilt on it. I'm actually going to get rid of some of those bigger pieces and use smaller pieces and tilt those on Freedom 2K. Just leave some more open spaces so that you can see it in, because there is actually a scene that I had planned on the right side of the building when looking at it from the back, which I've now completely covered, so I need to actually open that up again. But I just took the time. I think I was just being lazy and I put down that big piece, but actually if I do it with these smaller pieces, just tilted and put those down, it makes it better, so I can open up more areas. So I'm just doing that now, putting in those nice tilted pieces, and then I just need to go around and like fill in all the gaps. Of course, there aren't wall pieces that actually fit the angles that I've made now, so I need to tilt every single piece and make sure it all lines up and put it in there, because you know, doing these complicated angles and shapes just can be a bit more tricky sometimes, and that's why I don't really do it that often. But I think that looks really cool, even though it's just like ever such a slight slant on the roof, but just makes it look a little bit more interesting. So I'm glad I did that. I'm just going to make the colors a little bit darker, I think, as well. I think having that whole roof, that one gray, is also a bit like, I don't know, not very interesting to look at. So I think I'm just going to go in as well and add like a darker gray to like one part of it and have the sloped part maybe the lighter color. But the roof is pretty basic at the moment, so in another episode as well, I am going to go in and do all those lovely details that we like so much, like the air vents and the aircon system, and you know, all those different kind of things that you would find on the roof, which is also really cool from the reference photo, because all of that is in it, so I can kind of just use that for ideas and just kind of copy over those details onto my actual building here. The building is very similar to the one from Jurassic World Evolution. I've just tweaked it here and there and made it fit the shape that I have here around the coaster. This one side here is super flat and boring. Don't worry, I'm going to change that as well. I just wanted to get this building done today in this episode so that we have the main building kind of in its place, and then I can start playing around with all the details on it. I hope you guys like this build and you like the idea that I'm doing. Let me know down below what you think. And yeah, I haven't got any screenshots today at the end of this episode, just because there isn't really anything to show at the moment. It's just a building. Once I've got more done, then I'll start sharing some more screenshots with you. So don't worry, I haven't forgotten. But I'm coming towards the end of the video now for today's episode, so if you haven't already, do hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate it, and give me a thumbs up for this video. It really helps me out and my channel and all those YouTube algorithm things that, you know, that people talk about. It really does help me out. And if you want to support me further as a creator here on YouTube and playing Parkitect, you can head over to my Patreon. It is €3 a month, and you can just support me as a creator and you get early access to my videos here on YouTube. And also I share kind of my ideas and what I'm going to do with my builds, etc. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you all next time here on my channel for another episode. Bye.